Hey, it's Clay, and this will be a video chart on ticker symbol NIO. We will take a look at the 30-minute time frame. Real quick, what do I mean by 30-minute in case maybe you're new to charts? Instead of each one of these candlesticks here representing 1 day's worth of price action, which is what you would normally see, each one represents 30 minutes. So this here may look like several days worth of time. It's actually today's price action broken down into 30-minute time slices. I like to this time frame that does a good job of telling the quote-unquote story of the price and then makes mapping out where levels of support and resistance a bit easier to see. Did this analysis multiple times this week. In fact, did it on Thursday too. So that is where the red and green line annotations are coming from. But overall, today was a pretty boring day. And I don't say that in a negative way at all. In fact, I would say that it was in a very bullish way. Volume dropped off quite a bit, which is not totally shocking. I mean, it is Friday, but volume is not anywhere close to how it was earlier in the week. Both the drop off in volume, the price essentially just went sideways and stayed in a very tight range. So once again, from a, maybe a trading or volatility perspective, a very, very boring. But from somebody that cares about the overall, perspective of the chart, definitely a very, very healthy move and a healthy day because the price is maintaining those gains. And as I pointed out in past videos from a few days ago, that right there was a very, very impressive gain. And if you've traded long enough, then I know you've seen stocks that make impressive gains, and then all of a sudden, those gains just disappear within a day or two. But that hasn't been the case here. The price has at least just started to go sideways and absorb those gains. Now, does that mean that this thing is totally fixed and this thing's heading up to $5? I'm not saying that. All I'm saying is that within the context of how big of the move was earlier in the week, it's a good step going forward that the price has been able, to maintain and bring in enough buyers to support the price and not have everything just get crushed back to the downside, which can happen from time to time. So from that point of view, I do want to add in one of the newer levels of support. And I'm just going to use this line down here. This line has served its purpose for the time being, and I don't want to risk causing clutter and confusion because there's lines everywhere. But the level of support here that was very, very clearly established today, right there at $1.60. I'm not going to count the number of times, but a whole bunch of times the price went down there and bounced right off $1.60. So that's what I'd call the ideal level of support going into next week. If that level doesn't hold up, not the end of the world or anything like that, you still do have the purple line not that far below the 50 period moving average, which is valued at 152. And then if this does, so a nice little final 30 minutes right there, green candle. So if this carries on upwards, the next key overall level of resistance talked about before, right up there, slightly up above the $1.70 mark. So watch those areas going forward. So again, pretty boring way to end the week, but a healthy way to end the week. So we'll see if the price can continue to build upon this upwards movement next week or not. One of the biggest questions that I get is, hey Clay, how do you find the stocks that you trade? So what I've done is put together a free resource guide where I talk about the tools that I use to locate stocks that I find interesting and think may have potential. So if that sounds like something that could add value to you as a trader, then click on the image that is up on the screen right now and I will email you the guide. The guide itself is very short and to the point, and best part, it's completely free. Thanks for watching the video. Let me know if you have any questions.